and gentlemen, we are back here on the campus of the Citadel in downtown Charleston. After a couple of weeks hiatus, Mark Rokos, you and me are back on the mic.
It's good to be back, but after that huge win last week, I think,
almost thinking maybe superstition.
I know. We should step away until they break that.
There you go. Land Sharks on the way out. Well, I'm Buddy Bean with Mark Rokos, Clay Luton, Jack Feinzig on camera. You have joined us on Land Shark Friday. Gentlemen, we just ran a gauntlet.
Yes,
we
did.
Came out of that gauntlet 3-2. And we've been saying for a couple of weeks that if we play the way we're capable of, we can beat anybody in this state, and last week proved it.
I mean, you could just see the way they improved from week 1 to week 5. That team that came out and played Irmo made a lot of mistakes and ended up costing them at the end of the game. That same team would not have beat Dutch Fork last week. They've improved every single week, one by one.
Clay, you and Jeff were on the call. Y'all saw it live.
I tell you what, man, that was the cleanest game I've ever seen Oceanside have. From an execution standpoint, Aiden Manavian, I mean, he was perfect.
Yeah.
You can nitpick here and there, but the man had about as good of a game as you can imagine having. And he was backed up really nicely by his receivers. I mean, they just played a fantastic game. What we saw was when the ball had to be in the right spot at the right time to beat one-on-one coverage, Manavian delivered every single time.
Yeah, it seemed like a lot of new receivers this year. I think Terrence is really the only one from last year that he had feel with. And as the weeks went by, he's really gained that feel for them, and they know where they're going to be.
Without a doubt. Atlantic Collegiate tonight, our sister school from up the road. Mark with our old buddy, Coach Rivens.
Yeah, what he was here for 6 years, I believe.
Long time, coached a lot of kids. Yep. My son including, Dion's son including. A lot of these boys are guys like Monroe and Vaughn and Sam Arsenal, some of the guys that come up through this program that have gone a long, long way. We love it when Coach Rivens comes to town. Always get the chance to see him. Short kick here.
They called fair catch. Good job.
Great job by the fair catch to start. Can't quite see. They're wearing the blues tonight, so you have to bear with us a little bit on the numbers. That's going to be interesting. That's 27. So that's Kalen Schaefer on the receipt.
Hey, Clay, let's go through the offensive starters for today here. Who we got?
Got Mike Jones, Grant Castillo, Luke Grady, his brother JB, and then, of course, Terrence Johnson on the outside, Anthony Williams on the other side, Tyler Gardner, and looks like we're ready to roll.
Yep.
Crusaders getting the first look at this Land Shark offense. Going to kind of take a look. We're set up like we would normally be. Yep, and right to it. Manavian taking them straight to the Charleston International Airport Flight School. Down to Tyler Gardner. Getting a big-time gain, and Mark, that's going to bring up our first fillet of fish.
First down.
And we are officially back.
Yep, we are back. Yeah, you can see they only had nobody on that middle guy. They don't have anybody on them again except for a deep safety.
Back to the air, little inside toss to old T. Johnson. He's going to get about 3 or 4 out of it, and that's going to bring the ball down to about the 32. So Land Sharks continue this drive on the move. Clay, this is much more like the offense that we saw last week, for sure.
It sure is. That pass right over the middle there to Tyler. Man, he had a great game. Tyler's I believe, a sophomore. Had a breakout game last week, and we'll see a lot more of him tonight, obviously.
I was talking to Jackson the last couple of days. He was saying that they're going to be doing some things, getting some guys in, make sure we're ready for late in the season, late in the playoffs. He even goes, Dad, I'm probably getting up an offense at one time. I'm like, yeah, well, guess what, buddy? Time to buck up and show you can do both.
Great job by the offensive line there. Zakai had a pretty big hole to go through, and he picks up another
fillet of fish.
First down. Empty backfield here.
Little inside pitch to Sakai. He's got a little bit of a hole, and he's still on his feet. He's going to keep chopping. Let's see if he can get over. Looks like they're going to spot it about a yard short, so that's going to bring the ball down.
Oops.
I'm having to do huddle down. I think I missed the first 3 plays. Have to go apologize to coach. Too busy talking and watching.
So that is going to be another fillet of fish.
First down.
First and goal here.
First and goal from the 9.
As much as we talked about Aiden from last week, as flawless of a game he had, Muncie was right there with him.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, played a fantastic game.
Oh, look at this.
Little sidearm swing, just a little bit overthrown there on the outside of Terrence Johnson. But, Clay, you're absolutely right. Zakai has now shown that he's become a mature runner going both side to side and north to south.
He must have had 5 yards to carry last week.
Yeah.
Is a guess.
Which is amazing against the Dutch Fork 5A defensive line. Which
Looks like we got a flag down here. Let's see what the call is. I'm going to guess probably holding.
That says just as much about Zakai as it does about the offensive line last week, too.
Without a doubt, these boys are finally starting to step up, coming into their own, which is going into region, Mark, is exactly when you want to see that.
Yeah, I'm glad to see the offense start out here pretty quick. Of course, minus this penalty here, but this is a classic trap game, right? Maybe the biggest regular season win in program history last week. Region starting next week, so it's a classic trap game. Like to see him come out here hot.
Come out firing all cylinders, set the example big. Ball outside, a little bit overthrown there on the corner. Yep. So Monavian got to settle back in here. We are sitting now, that should bring up 2nd and goal from about the 19. So we'll see if he settles back in, drops one in on the board here to start the ball game.
Yeah, just off the fingertips there of Anthony Williams.
A little bit of a slow start, coming off a big game like last week. Obviously, they got to settle in. Buddy, to your point.
Screen to Williams.
Little screen
to
Anthony Williams, and he's going to go walking in for a sweet tea touchdown. Woo!
Man, he has time.
Uh-oh, another flag on the play.
Oh, we got another flag down. Let's see what the call is.
Blindside block.
Blindside block on the Land Shark, so that's going to come back.
Yeah, those screens, it's very easy to... Those blindsides is where you're blocking towards your end zone. And
here again, though, Mark, we're now back to the first 2 game plays.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, we're playing Atlantic. You got some big boys. They're going to come out and smack in the mouth, but we've got to play clean. We've got to play clean.
Yeah, we were 1st and goal.
And now we're 2nd and goal from a long way away.
We were 1st and goal at the 9, and now we're all the way back to the 32. So, like we said, maybe a game
when
like
you play
this,
a team like Dutch Fork and beat them, you end up taking a collective sigh a little too much.
Right.
And you start making some mistakes.
That's a shame because he had a convoy.
Yeah,
he had a convoy on the outside. Monavian
easy
out to Anthony.
Breaks
1. He's going to get down to about the 19, so that's going to bring up 3rd and goal from the 19.
Good 13-yard gain there for Anthony Williams. Broke the first 2 tacklers and then dragged a few more all the way down to the 19.
So great job by Williams. Good yards after contact. He was actually held by a couple of guys there. He got a hold of him. He was able to escape from it.
Terrence is one-on-one at the top of the screen right now with no help at all.
It'll be interesting to see as the night goes on if they start trying to isolate or if they leave him out. That's going to be ball down on the ground.
Yeah.
Monavian's going to recover it, so that's going to be a fumble, and that's going to kick it back to about the 30, call it the 38.
Yeah, looked like he sort of cocked to throw it and dropped it. Couldn't tell if he got knocked out by the Atlantic guy or if it just kind of slipped out of his hands there. But either way, we have the unique situation of punting on a goal to go down in distance.
Yeah, that's I can only imagine that the conversation coming from Coach LaPrade.
Yeah.
Couple penalties right off the bat here. We'll settle in, be just fine.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, without a doubt. Some reason, some of these games, our offensives got to remember that they've got a job to do, and they tend to forget.
Give us a good bounce. Yeah.
That's going to take a check. Ball's going to be taken at about the 21-yard line. So out's going to come the Crusader offense. So we'll get the first look at them this year. Saw them the last couple of years, Mark, on the playing our JV squad. Yeah. They didn't look bad.
No, they're pretty good. Like you said, they're pretty big. You look at their offensive line. They got some size out there. Hey, Clay, do we have the defensive starters ready to go?
We sure do. Headed up, of course, by our man Sawyer Arnold. Mike Jones. Big Mike Jones had a big game last week. Jackson Bean, Joey Harriet, Dan Rella, Reese Meredith, and the rest of the crew here. Jordan Wright, our quarterbacks, played a heck of a game last week as well. It's worth calling out.
So we'll see, Clay, how the defense looks as we get going. Looks like we got a whistle already. See what the call is. Yeah. I don't see a flag.
I mean, it's been about 45 seconds since our last flag, so I think we were due.
You should have seen our boys last night at Manning.
Yeah.
Boy, I tell you what, I think we had more penalty yards when you had yards from scrimmage.
Well, we have a break here. I want to say thank you to our exclusive premier sponsor, McDonald's, and to our corporate sponsors, Banks Construction, Beacon Bank, Charleston International Airport, and Billy Swales State Farm.
I see the white hat over here talking to our AD, Mark Myers, so not sure what's going on.
It might be a clock thing, because usually if they're talking to him, he's calling up to the booth and fixing something.
Yep, he's pointing at the clock, so I think you're right, Mark.
While we have a second, just to brag a little bit more on these boys last week, I tell you what, Anthony Williams had a heck of a game, and when he's having such a good game, it really opens up Terrence on the other side. And as a defense, you kind of have to choose. You kind of have to pick your poison between those two boys on the outside and then respecting the run game that Muncie's bringing.
Yeah, that was fun to watch. A lot of times when we play those top-tier 5A teams, their size can just take advantage of us, but not last week.
A little bit of motion here, Mark, a little shuffle.
Yeah.
Hadn't seen that in a while.
Oh,
It's going to be a quick out to number 4. That is Angelo Crescenzi. Is that 3? No, that's
is
8.
it 4?
Excuse me, that's number 8.
Eight,
I'm sorry, A.J. Scott. And we got a flag down on
Another
the ground.
flag. Oh, boy. Yeah, watching a little bit of film there, they do some unbalanced lines and do some power runs. I was actually kind of surprised they came out in more of a throwing set there.
Calling a hold against the Crusaders.
So we'll,
No hands to the face. A little bit of face masking.
it'll cost them about 5.5 yards or so.
So that'll push them back inside the 10.
Yeah, looks like they're at the 8.
Well
So
outside the sticks at this point. So we missed the penalty somewhere, Mark, because that's a long ways away.
yeah, well that's halfway from half the distance right there. So about 1st and 19. Also very interesting to see a team with a full huddle.
Yeah, I hadn't seen that in a while.
Very often.
So much is now just being called in from the side and called at the line.
Yep.
To see an actual huddle being called is unique. Looks like Coach Rivers is going to call timeout and talk about it.
My guess is we're going to see a lot of huddling tonight. They try to slow us down after what they saw from us last week offensively.
Yeah.
Clay, I think
Smart.
you're right. That's to put the defense on their heels as best they can by slowing them down, not speeding them up.
Yeah, that's a good idea by them. While we have a timeout, I want to say thank you to our platinum sponsors, KTM Electric and Rusty Bull Brewing Company, as well as our tailgate sponsor, Sandra Patrick of Bradley O'Mara Real Estate.
Our sponsors do a really good job here, guys. Tell you what, we couldn't do everything we do without them.
Not at all. Definitely appreciate everything they do. It helps us support both varsity and JV, the
Yes.
entire football program. And, it's becoming what it is that thanks to them.
Yeah, absolutely. Love your support. Go to OCAfootball.com, click on the sponsors link. You can get all the information for all the sponsors you hear us talk about tonight and show their logos. So support those who support us.
So Crusaders coming out of the timeout, Mark, and they're back at it.
All right. 1st and 19 seems like empty backfield here for them. Interesting.
Quick pass
Oh,
out.
good play.
That's to number 11. That's Nate Slocky. Slocky, there we go. Thank you, Steve.
Yeah. Good job. Just a quick little outside screen there and executed it perfectly. Got about their penalty yardage back, so it'll be 2nd and 10.
Now we got an official timeout. They're coming in and talking.
I will say last week we were a little bit soft on the flats.
Yeah.
That's where they made a lot of the gains. They had a really good running back, soft on the flats. My guess is ACA reviewed that film, maybe saw some things that they could take advantage of there. I would imagine we have a plan to counter that here.
Yeah.
I certainly think you're right, Clay, because we've seen some of that a lot through this first start of this year. And coaches that are smart are going to start taking advantage.
Looks like they had a switch from a 40-second to a 25-second clock there. And looks like a little confusion for us.
And there's the illegal motion flag.
Yep. Just throw it away. And, no. So they're going to take that instead of the penalty, and it'll be 3rd down and long from inside our own 5. Oh, check that. I'm sorry. The Armada's going to be
Armada's going to take
2nd and long.
Second and long.
Sorry, their colors are too similar to us. I think the last time we have those all white jerseys too. I got confused there for a second.
Want to also give the old disclaimer. We're just a bunch of dads up here with kids down on the field and love watching them, love to do. So we do our best to try and remain impartial, but admittedly we will get sometimes a little bit rowdy. So if we misspell a name or so forth, give us a little space and grace. And if you're on the chat, let us know. We appreciate the help. So Mata working from about 4 yards out of their end zone. Their quarterback and running back in the end zone. We've seen some blitzes at this point, so we'll see if they're going to go to the handoff, and he's going to be down at about the 2, so that's going to be another yard or 2 loss. So push them 4th and really long.
Yeah, so now their punter has only got 12, 13 yards to work with here.
And he's got to watch the back line play. If he steps out, that's a safety.
Yep. Got to make sure it's a good snap. Got to make sure you don't step backwards.
I remember those days back in my high school punting days, being in the end zone, being like 6 inches from your line, going, please don't snap it long, please don't snap it long. So we'll have Cole Gaspar here back at about the 40. Good kick out by the Armada.
Kick.
Oh, Gaspar's going to grab it and take off.
He's got a seam.
He's got a line. And he's going to be drug out at about the 20-yard line.
Really impressive punt there.
Very
the circumstances.
Punt.
Good punt. I love Gaspar being aggressive, going and getting that, and bringing it up. I mean, if he would have let that go, that may have bounced to midfield, but he didn't, and we're going to get it at the 20, it looks like.
How many times in the last 3 weeks, Mark, have we saw a good punt that we could have been grabbed and let roll down to about the 1 or 2?
Yep. I know. Sometimes conservative is better than a turnover if you're in that situation, but I like the confidence that he showed there.
We got an Armada player down. Hopefully he's okay. Didn't quite see what happened.
Yep. Hey, we came on after the coin flip, which I believe it looked like we won and chose to take the ball. Do we have the captains, Clay?
Sure do.
All right.
Mike Jones, he earned that spot after last week. Of course, J.B. Grady, A. Manavian, and Cole Gaspar, all 4 of those fellas really showed out. Not just last week, frankly, but every game we've had so far this year.
Without question, you got Cole Gaspar with the playmaker to end it. He doesn't run that pick. That kid was standing there waiting for the ball in the end zone.
Yeah.
We were in Clemson last week with his mom and dad, and everybody in that house just exploded.
we were up in Virginia Tech, and the kids were out doing something. The wife and I were sitting in the car waiting for them, and people thought we were crazy, screaming and yelling at at our little phones in the car.
So on comes your Land Sharks offense for their second possession of this game, working from deep in Armada territory, just outside of the red zone. Manavian going to go back to flight school. This ball is to Terrence Johnson. Read the seam between 2 defenders, and that's a sweet team touchdown.
Woo! I don't know how that got through those 2 defenders, but it did.
And I believe it got tipped. You look at it, I think this ball, that did. That almost got, no, it didn't. It went right through the hole.
I don't know where there was room to fit between those 2 defenders, but
he
found it, yep.
I'd say rather be lucky than good, but that wasn't luck.
No,
that was just a well-placed ball.
That was just, well-placed ball.
Hit him between the 8s. Perfect.
Jackson Summey on to put the boot to it. Make this as a 7-0 ball game. Ball up, ball away, got in there good, but that's going to be a baked apple pie, PAT, and that's going to make it 7-0. Your Land Sharks with 6:18 left here in the first quarter.
I want to say thank you to our silver sponsors, not just Frank's Cafe, Raising Cane's, Angela Holbert State Farm, Jamie Pike with Valet Cleaning and Longshore Boats, as well as our Clean the Shark sponsor, Cintas.
All Our buddy Jack Feinzig with the camera there on our cheerleaders. They do a great job keeping everybody hyped up during this ball game. A little better crowd tonight, too.
Yeah, it's a beautiful night for football as long as the rain holds off. And honestly, I'm mad at myself for even mentioning it because I don't want to speak it into existence.
There's a whole line of storms coming up this way, too.
Yeah.
So
let's just hope
a little ominous evening here in downtown Charleston.
Yeah.
Of course, the funny thing is I found out I've got a customer not 100 yards from here.
Oh, nice.
Earlier this week from one of my employees.
That Jackson Summey to kick off, you said?
Jackson Summey on it to put the boot to it. We know he has a leg, and that air is not heavy tonight, and it is not blowing an ounce.
No.
Offer from East Tennessee State, so we know he can kick it.
Just a sophomore.
Just a sophomore, so a lot of football left to play in his career. This ball is going to be up. It's going to be down to about the 3-yard line, and that's where Armada going to take it. He's got a little bit of a hole mark. We can get him. A little bit of drive there, so that's going to bring it out to about the, let's say, call it what, about play at the 12. Oh, was it down?
That should be our ball.
Yeah, the referee on this side saying it's our ball.
That's going to be Landshark's ball. Holy smoke. Clay had to call immediately.
What a play.
What a great play.
Wow, that's huge.
That is enormous. Now it's time to make up for that first drive mistake. A little bat flying by us.
It kind of reminds me of that first game here against Irmo, where we also came up with the ball, but call didn't exactly go our way that night.
No. It did not. Manavian coming over to have a chat with the, nope. They're saying he's got to come out for a second. Nope.
Maybe
knee pads.
So knee pads looks like it's something on his wrist. Maybe he's cut.
Could be. So get our first look at his backup, Lawton Nelson. He's over this year from Wando. Had the chance. I actually coached him in the Warhawks. Kid's got an arm. Has a good nose for where to be. Ball's going to be to Zakai, and he's going to stumble out for about 6 yards. So we'll see if they let Lawton take a shot at the end zone here.
Yeah, for sure. But the offensive line is really showing some good push here, giving Zakai holes to run through and really pushing that line of scrimmage forward.
Little double stack there. I heard Coach holler, hurry up. Ball handed off to Zakai, and he's going to be stuck in the backfield. That play did not develop very quickly.
Here comes Aiden back in.
Manavian back on, and on comes Cooper Webb with him.
Run down by number 24, Sullivan Freshly.
Garner heading to the far side with Terrence Johnson. Webb and Williams to our near side here. Oh, tried to run before he had it.
Out to Anthony Williams, and he tried to take off before he had a hold of it. Classic mistake that you don't want to see at this point in the season.
No, so we're going to send Jackson out here for a field goal attempt, I believe.
Had a lot of space there, too.
Yep.
A lot of green in front of him, Clay. A lot of green in front of him.
Cover 2, safeties drop back. Paying attention, obviously, to the folks in the end zone, and, man, he had plenty of room to go.
So going to get our first look at Jackson Summey kicking a field goal. Hadn't seen this much other than PATs.
And Lawton Nelson comes back out to hold the snap from maybe Big Mike Jones.
That ball is going to be short and left.
So we end up no points on that drive. I think the Armada just pinned their ears back and went against the run there for that second play that Aiden was out, which couldn't fool him on that.
I do believe you're right, Mark. So that's 2 series in this drive. The Land Sharks have a shot at it and don't punch one in. So we'll see what happens here. Defense, you can bet, is going to be not happy.
Yeah.
I think sure they want a little bit of a break.
We'll see if the defense can maybe get ourselves a turnover here again after that turnover on the kickoff. Right playing really tight down here.
Armada going to the air. That's back to number 8, A.J. Scott.
That's
going to be the other number 8, Cole Gaspar, and we got a flag down.
A.J. Scott and tackle by number 8, Cole Gaspar.
Nope. Official timeout.
Tell you what, we're still missing Tyler Stafford there in the linebacker position. He's got a back issue, and it's going to be nice to have him back. He's one of our leading tacklers on the team, and he's had a heck of a year this year so far.
Clay, you are absolutely correct. I know the boys would like to see him out there, although they have said that Dan Relizan is doing a good job. He's starting to kind of get a nose for where he needs to be.
Very weird motion.
Ball handed off.
Nice move. Wow, what hard running.
He's going to get about 5 out of it, 6.
Yeah, that's number 10, Quaverine. He runs really hard. See him pumping those legs the entire time he was in that pile of humans there.
Old school football, guys. You get the ball, just keep chopping until you're on the ground.
Yeah, he's that guy for sure. Haven't seen the total power. That was a bit of a power one, moving the motion back into the backfield there to get a lead blocker. But they have some plays that we saw from last week where they got almost with a wishbone double lead blockers.
Oh, a little direct snap out. Ball's on the ground.
That's going to be our ball.
I do believe we're going to get the ball.
We got 4 people around it.
Nope, they're motioning to the Armada.
And the one guy from the Armada got it.
The Armada had a hold of it.
So I think that just hit the motion guy as they were snapping.
That's what it looked like. Because the quarterback was like, "Where's the ball?"
Yeah. Ooh.
Number 14, Broderick Evans was looking and trying to figure out why it didn't make it back to him. You know what that sound means if you are in the Landshark Nation. 3rd down and outside the sticks. Front line back to that split. And we got
another delay.
Another official timeout.
Yeah.
About 10 minutes into the game, we've yet to hit a really nice flow so far, either way.
Yeah.
They're sending Rowe off, not sure why. Nope, I know why. Look at his knees. They are not covered.
Yep. Titus Gillum comes in.
South Carolina rules. Your knees have to be covered. They cannot be uncovered.
It looks like Titus came in there and they moved Strick up to a linebacker position for this play, I would guess, because they're down to basically 2 backup linebackers at this point. Looks like they're going to blitz, though. Come.
Wow.
Way to get rid of the ball. He was able to get it out and pick up about 7 or 8 out of it and bring it back in the sticks.
Yeah, still bring up 4th down, and they send out the punt team.
25.
Really strong pass there by Broderick Evans, the quarterback for ACA.
Yeah, he saw the blitz coming, picked out his hot receiver, but that's kind of that was coach's plan. You make him throw it quick, then they have to throw it short, and you stop him before the sticks.
Armada put the boot to it. Almost got back to block it.
Man, nobody assigned to block
him.
him.
Going to go outside, out at about the, I'm going to see where they mark it. It looked like it went out at about the 46. We'll see where they mark it. They're going to mark it at the 50.
49-yard line.
Wow.
First on Oceanside.
Looks like Joey Harriet was scot-free coming off the end there, but
Joey Harriet came clean.
But got the kickoff too quickly to get a block there.
Landsharks in that tight punt for the Armada in that tight punt formation. I'm sure they saw the film where we've had several guys back there all season, including my big old kid Jackson Meade. Never thought I'd see that one. Offense back to work. Ball on our own 49. Going back to flight school here, looking for Zakai Muncie there on the flat.
Nice move, Zakai.
Good move, good spin. Zakai's going to get over before he fillet a fish.
First down.
Brought down at the 40-yard line. That's good for another land shot.
Yeah,
First
just
down.
took the receiver out there, cleared out the corner, and put the running back where he was, and had room to run, room to make a move.
Ball
Does
out.
it again.
Going back to the air. Great hold by
Oh,
the Land Sharks. Ball was just high to Tyler Garner.
yeah, that was a better job by covering right there, covering for the Armada there. Nobody was really wide open. They got to Zakai in the flat that time.
Be interesting to see if he takes a shot here.
Garner, Gaspar, and Williams inside to outside on the near side here.
We've had space. Feels like every play. Got to get rid of it, though.
Monavian's got to get rid of the ball. Drugged down for a couple of yard loss.
Almost looked like he had Zakai out there in the flat again. And I think he was just hoping for something, more a big chunk play than that. And by the time he decided not to throw to Zakai, the pocket had collapsed on him.
Old saying, right? You hit your checks.
Yeah.
Go through your progressions. If it ain't there, get your check down. Otherwise, tuck it and go.
Yep.
You ain't going to have 30 seconds to throw the ball.
Yeah, take what they give you, and a third and short would be better than this third and long.
Once again, ball led a little bit too much. Not quite got to Anthony Williams. He had Ethan Renew deep down at about the 11 or 12 yard line.
Yeah, once again, both safeties dropped back. They had, I think, trips on the left-hand side. Completely took the safeties with them. And just the best opportunity there.
So they're going to bring out the punting team again. Jackson Sumin ready to punt from his own 45-yard line.
Timeout ACA.
Timeout ACA, so that'll be their, is that our
It's
second
their second
or third?
timeout.
Second.
Yeah, down to 1 now for ACA. Down to 57 seconds in the first quarter.
So a game mark where we should be up 3 or 4.
Yeah, we've had the ball in ACA territory about 3 or 4 times and only came away with one touchdown. So see maybe we can pull up some scores from around the area here.
Clay, want to see the Land Sharks get back to the offense that we know is capable of. That way we start putting some up.
Yeah, our receivers have space. The throws have been ill-timed, but like we were talking before, I expect Aiden to kind of settle in. We have opportunities. That's a good sign early. Also like to see Muncie get going a little bit more like they did last week too. I think we're missing that a little bit so far.
I would agree with that. 100% I would agree with that. We know he's capable of getting, chunks in the middle and on the outside. That ball's almost blocked.
Wow.
Good kick, though. It's going to roll.
It's going to hit and roll.
Look at that.
It's going to run out at about the 8-yard line.
See where they mark this. He's walking. He's at the 10. He's going to mark it at the 9. Very good.
So good punt down deep. It's going to bury the Armada deep in their own territory, and that's where they'll take over.
Yep. Got a few scores from around the area here. We got Battery Creek leading Whale Branch 20-6. Not too many reporting yet. Of course, there's weather in the area. White Knoll 10-0 over Fort D. Somerville 14-0 over Goose Creek.
Armada back to work, man, in motion. A little bit of quick handoff, a little quick pitch inside.
Yeah, quick little jet pop pass there.
Little jet pop pass. Hadn't seen that all year.
Big hit there by Reese Meredith.
Yeah, Reese.
He's starting to become an explosive linebacker, fellas.
Yeah. I know I talked with Coach LaPrade last year. Obviously, we had a lot of seniors. All 3 of our linebackers were seniors last year. And Coach said, Coach LaPrade said, pretty much any other team in the Low Country, Meredith would have been starting last year.
Yep.
So he's definitely earned it.
Little inside hand.
There we go.
Big Mike Jones with the finisher.
Yep, they faked that jet this time, and we do not bite on it at all.
That was Reese in there for the tackle again, by the way, alongside Mike Jones.
Yep.
Reese filling the gap, had a hold of him, and Mike Jones coming and cleaning it up in a big way. And that will bring us to the end of the quarter. 7-0 your Land Sharks here as we make the turn to phase 2 of this game, as you like to say, Mark.
Yep.
Into the other end of the field.
Very good. Well, we're going to come out of this with a 7-0 lead. Could be better, but we'll take the lead and roll with it.
Gotta wonder if Coach LaPrade is down there having a conversation with his offense of, gentlemen, this is not the way we play Land Shark football.
No, like we said, this could be a trap game after such a big, high emotional game last week. Region play starting next week. Could be very easy to overlook this game, but that's what the coaches are there for, to make sure that guys don't.
Agreed completely, Mark. Agreed completely. Clay, we've got to see some changes here as we go. We know that we're capable of turning it on. The question is, at what point do we?
Yeah, that's a good point. I think we're seeing an interesting look from them tonight. It seems like they're playing double high safety. They're daring us to throw deep. They're kind of forcing us short. And they're also, dedicated to stopping the run. I mean, I think a couple times we've attempted runs up the middle. They've done a good job of stopping us. It's kind of forced these intermediate passes, and so far we just haven't converted on them.
Yeah, I think some of those, we've had some one-on-ones that were open, a couple tough throws, a couple of drops. So we clean those up. I think we'll be better on the offensive side.
Agreed completely. It's the team that can make the turns, guys, that starts putting the numbers up.
There we go.
Great job by Michael Strickler to get the big stop and cost him about a yard. That was 24 out there in the flat. 24 Solomon Freshly.
Yeah, great job by Strickler. Having a nose for the ball there and just grabbing him down. No help at all, just form tackle him down. 4th down. Here comes the punting elite.
On comes the punt team. Cole Gaspar trying to figure out where to back up to.
I think he can move up about 10 yards and be safe.
I don't know. This kid's got a foot.
Has he?
You figure he was in his end zone and he kicked it out here at about the 45 last time.
Another flag.
This is going to be a delay of game.
Oh, delay of game, yeah.
I think this punter prefers to have his back to the back of the end zone
no
anyway.
kidding.
So
kick better. Sometimes you kick better under duress.
Pressure. We can talk about the miscues in our offense, but we've had ACA, I think, within the 20-yard line all night long so far.
That's very true.
I think every play almost has been in our own territory. Or their territory.
Cole Gaspar acting like a shortstop, fielding that ball, still on his feet, carrying about 2 or 3 guys down to the 28-yard line. That's where your Land Shark offense will take over here as we start the second quarter. Snap it, ball hands off to Zakai. He's going to get some chopping.
There we go.
Going to get about 3-4. Still on his feet, Clay, and that's going to get about 7 out of it.
Yeah, he was hit right at about the 25-yard line, dragged some guys down to all the way to the 22. Good to see that. Suck that defense in tight, and then we can get those wide receivers even more open.
Offense back to the quick set. Ball quick out to Anthony Williams. He's going to get over for a fillet of fish.
First down. Take what they give you. They were playing off there. Just quick little stop route. Nice job.
Land Sharks back to the quick run here.
Terrence has a lot of room down here in the corner.
Yep.
Handoff to Zakai, and he's going to get a big head of steam. Still on his feet. He's got a little bit of tush-push going. They're going to stop him at about the 5, which is going to be about a yard short.
Yeah, he went flying through the offensive line there, and there's nobody touching him until he got to the linebacker level.
Zakai with a full head of steam, Clay. You said it earlier. He can run downhill.
There he goes again.
He's going again.
On, push him in.
He's in. And they're going to push him in for a sweet tea touchdown.
This is what we saw over and over and over last week. It's not just Sakai running hard. It's our boys pushing and opening lanes. And last week especially, and I know we keep talking about last week, but, you know, the line we saw last week was full of D1 commits, right?
Yeah.
And our boys, I tell you what, man, it wasn't just Sakai. It was the people blocking for them, and they did one hell of a job.
Yeah, oh yeah, without a doubt. They've done things that we finally knew they could.
Yeah.
Extra point. Looks like Thrift is in there for this extra point, and he buries it.
That's going to be Thrift in. That's going to be a baked apple pie. PAT making it 14-0. Your Oceanside Land Sharks here as we get going.
Let's say, give a shout out to our O-line there, JB Crady, Grant Costello, Grant Costello, Luke Crady, Lamarian Thompson, Mike Jones. I think that's in their kind of old list here maybe, but we'll double check that. But just want to give those guys a shout out because they made that touchdown right there.
Oh, without a doubt.
Zakai finished it off, but those offensive linemen started it out for him.
Got a good push play up front, and he got his head and just buried him in.
Gotta love second effort too. Not only good blocking, but as you mentioned, the tush push. Boys didn't give up. Pushed him right over the line, no problem.
So as we play the Citadel fight song here, walking your Land Sharks out to kick this one off. Jackson Summey coming out to make the kick from the 40. We'll see if he wants to try and put this one in the end zone. I'm sure he probably does.
Yeah, get those touchbacks on tape.
They definitely look good for film when you're going through the recruiting process.
Yep.
Line was a little bit deep there, only about 5 yards back. They were back about 8. So Summey on short.
Yeah.
Hadn't seen this much. He's just going to give a little pooch kick. Fair catch down here at about the 20.
Yeah.
Not sure why he did that. I don't think he meant to. No, they're going to say fair catch to 15.
Yeah, the guy, the normal returner behind him was hoping to catch it himself, but yeah, usually if it's over your head, you're kind of taught to let it go to the guy behind you. But we'll take it. Fair catch at the 15, and the Armada are going to be where they've been all night, deep in their own territory.
Yeah, I think the past couple times we've kicked off, they've had a head of steam. They've gotten out to maybe the 25 or so. So I think what we've seen of Coastal Pratt is it can be really creative in special teams, and here we go.
Yeah, I wonder if he saw like a pretty big gap between their levels and decided to pooch it there.
That's very possible. We've seen him do some things that we didn't think were going to happen, i.e. a late game onside kick.
That was
another delay game.
So that'll back him up outside the sticks, bringing up 1st and 15 from the 10. 9:45 here left in the first half.
Empty backfield here to start their series.
A little bit of motion. A little quick out to the air. And he's going to get about 4 out of it.
Yeah, good job by our safeties and linebackers to get over there because they did have the numbers 3 against 2, but our linebackers got over there quickly and held to a 4-yard gain.
Yep.
Who's got the soundtrack here, but pretty solid job by these guys tonight.
DJ
right
crew in the booth. Empty.
Oh.
Coming. He was looking for his man on the outside quickly. I don't think he realized it was coming to him. That was... I think that ball was meant for number 10.
Yeah, quarterback...
That's Quay Marine.
Yeah. Quarterback Broderick Evans saw that we were bringing the house and knew he had to get rid of it right away. I don't think his receiver knew to be ready for it yet, though.
No, it didn't look like it.
He looked up and he had three blue jerseys in his face.
So 3rd and 11. Ball is going to be on the 14. Buried deep in their own red zone.
There it goes to the flat again.
Quick out to the flat. He's going to get a few out of it, and that's going to bring up 4th.
Yeah, I heard.
Then we got a land shark down. I didn't see what happened.
I don't think we're bringing more than 4, maybe 5. And we're getting in there untouched, so we're making him throw it very quickly. Injury out there to, looks like one of the land sharks. Jordan.
Is that Jordan?
Jordan Wright.
Jordan number 5. Jordan Wright, good speed.
While they tend to him, want to say thank you to our platinum sponsors, KTM Electric and Rusty Bull Brewing Company, as well as our Feed the Shark sponsors for this week, Jersey Mike's and the Black and Blue Booster Club. So I didn't realize this. ACA, the Armada's head coach, like we talked about earlier, that Antoine Rivens, obviously he was with OCA for 6 years. He was on the staff when we had our first state championship appearance. We lost it, but that was, I think, 2022. So there he was an assistant head coach, OC, offensive line coach while he was here. He was a 4-year starter as an offensive lineman at USC.
Very, very loved coach. I know all the boys all the students just in general, staff in general on OCA were sorry to see him go. But it was a good move. Coach Rivens lives in Conway. He was having to drive back and forth every day. We hated to see him, but loved to see him come to town every time.
Yeah, for sure. Atlantic Collegiate Academy, our sister school, they just opened 3 years ago. So he's been their head coach since day one.
Slowly building the program. He's in a somewhat of a hotbed almost for football between Myrtle Beach and Conway and North Myrtle, and walk them all down south. And you've got
Carolina Forest around there as well.
Carolina Forest is around there. You've got Ainer not far.
Yeah, Loris.
Dillon is not too terribly far from there, only about an hour and change.
I'm just impressed by your geography skills here, boys. I mean,
this ball's going to be booted. That ball's going to go out about see where they spot. It looked like it went out about the 35.
It's mostly baseball tournament knowledge.
Baseball tournament knowledge. Last time Clay's played, I don't think we got up that way, but you start going to a whole bunch of little towns, Clay, you know there's some spending days on the road.
I do.
Watched our crowd steadily grow here. Have some of our teachers and staff here tonight for sure, which has been good to see. Saw Coach Robinson here.
Still in ACA territory here to start this.
Still in ACA territory. Manavian with the handoff too. That's Juju. And he's going to get about 9 out of it.
Wow. He's like hot knife through butter through that line there.
Big Ugly just making holes down there, man.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think he got touched for the first 6 yards, and he fell forward for the last 2. Nice job.
Back to the quick offense. Manavian quick out to Terrence Johnson. He's still on his feet, still chopping. They couldn't take him down. He's going to finally be taken down at about the 13. Let's see where they spot it. They're going to spot it at the 14.
Yeah, you know he's not going to go down.
No.
He had a chance here to go down at the 20. He said, nope, take on 1 guy, 2 guys, 3 guys, 4 guys, and finally goes down.
Johnson definitely not easy to go down. I'm surprised that they're going in one-on-one with him. Back to Juju. A little bit of spin. He's going to keep chopping. He's going to bowling ball out about 5 yards.
Yeah, this time they ran with the H-back there.
Haven't seen many guys actually get down and run behind their pads.
Yeah.
He's down there behind his pads. So ball on the 9.
Good. 6 guys right around the line of scrimmage here.
Manavian looking to find somebody. That ball almost picked off. We got a flag here on the far side. See what the call is.
I think maybe you've been holding on the defense.
Holding,
Oh, what is that? That's
offense.
That's on the offense. Illegal man downfield. Well, we'll see if they back it up. Yep. I see Coach Robbins telling him to back it on up.
I think we saw a defensive end break off there when he thought Aiden was going to try to run it in and went downfield to block.
Yeah.
Wasn't expecting the pass.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, that was one of those throws by Aiden where the defender has his back turned, and so you throw it, but just out of pure luck, that defender turned around and happened to be staring right at the ball.
Yeah.
It's kind of you're taught to do that as a quarterback, throw it at his back when you see his back, but that time got lucky for him. Either way, it would have been a penalty, so we're back to the 14-yard line first. Check that, 2nd and 11.
So 2nd and 11, ball just outside the sticks.
Oh.
That ball knocked down at the line of scrimmage.
My goodness, Ethan Renew was absolutely by himself.
Nothing but daylight.
Plenty of daylight, plenty of green in front of him, and he would have gone walking in the back corner of the end zone.
The T in the Citadel was the only thing that could have stopped him.
The big uglies there in the front getting their hands up to it. Looking for Juju on the outside. He's going to get stopped at about the 12-yard line. So that's going to bring it 4th and about 4 from the 12.
Got to give credit to the tackler there, number 7, Sanjay Wilson. That was a pretty violent, hard tackle there.
Hard shot, backed him up, stood him up, backed him up.
So,
First down, touchdown. That's all we need, one or the other.
4th and 4 here.
Don't quite have the box stacked.
Oh, no.
And there's a pick.
Oh.
And he's still on his
could
feet.
Go.
You've got Anthony Williams coming over. Terrence Johnson trying to chop the ball out instead of just taking him down. And that's going to excite the Armada crowd. Pick on the 4, and he's going to bring it out to about the 36, 37-yard line.
Yeah, 55-yard return or something like that. Those screen plays can be tough as a quarterback. You know, they're purposely allowing the defenders to come at you, so you have to stay steady back there. And sometimes, even though you're knowing that you have to do it, you rush yourself because of it.
Well, and the thing, that was number 24, Solomon Freshly. It looked like he started, saw the screen, and then just sat back on it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that drive was going perfectly smooth, and then what happened? The penalty. After the penalty, that's when things started getting a little haywire, and now Armada's got the ball in OCA territory for what I'm assuming is the first time.
Mark, I think you're right. I think this is the first time they've been across the 50. Trying to get us to jump. Little fake inside handoff.
Ooh, look at that.
And he's still on his feet. And that's going to be the first Armada first down of this ball game.
Yeah, that same linebacker who made that good tackle, Sanjay Wilson, is the one who got it there.
Michael Strickle a little slow getting up.
They stopped the clock from he's going to have to come out for a play here.
Not the worst thing in the world. Take a little breather.
Yeah.
Momentum seems to be going their way a little bit right now. So
that seemed like a sort of an old school.
Just a little fake and jump.
A little double wing, fake the pitch and hand it off inside there. Sometimes, you know what I noticed? The split our 4 defensive linemen there pretty far. So that may be something to keep an eye out for. If they're going to run up the middle, we can adjust back.
Doesn't look like Mike Strick can pick his arm up right now, so that's not a good sign.
Hopefully it's just a stinger, but we will see. We'll keep an eye out for you.
Defense back to work here. Ball on the 28. No, excuse me, the 24, 23. Yep, 28. Where am I at? 24. I can't see.
Now it's going to be further back than that.
Further back.
So I think you just had the premonition because this is actually going to push it back to about the 28.
I had to call after the call.
They're going to mark it at the 27 here. Loss of 4 on the play, bring up 2nd and 14.
Our defensive front actually came in and shut it all down. He was looking to go up the middle, Clay, and there was nothing there.
No, there sure wasn't. Our boys, I think we saw it coming. I think maybe that time around after the last run, we committed to making sure they didn't get through us again on the line there.
Yep.
So with the huddling, they're taking some time here. We're rolling under 5 minutes left in the half.
Oh, gracious.
Big Mike Jones just pushed his blocker right in to number 10, Quaverine, and stopped him for a loss.
That was amazing.
You don't see that often.
He literally drove the offensive lineman back into the running back, who basically made the tackle for him.
I don't know who was more surprised, the lineman or the running back. But
Wow.
Clay, I think you're right. That kid's eyes just went from this to about that
Right.
going. My guy's in front of me. There's a number that isn't the other side.
yeah, double
Well,
nickels right in his face mask real quick.
I know what play I'm going to see on X this week when he puts out his highlights for the week.
Oh, yeah. You'll see that one from Big Mike Jones on Twitter.
Blitz.
High snap.
You had to get rid of it.
Yeah.
again.
Had to get rid of it.
Yep, playing that game of chicken.
Pass incomplete brings up 4th
Bring a
down.
bunch of defenders, make them throw it quick. They had a bunch of vertical routes right there, which doesn't compute with the need to throw it fast. So
No.
worked out good for us.
We'll see what Coach Robbins does here if he brings on the kick team or if he tries to hit a field goal here. Don't know what kind of leg this kid's got. Looks like they're going to the offense, maybe trying to get us to jump and get a couple out of it.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea. Make it more manageable if they can get us to jump for an extra 5 yards here.
Defense has got to hold still. Nope, they're going for it.
Oh,
And that's going to be picked on the outside by Jordan Wright, and he's got a lot of green, and he is going to go walking into the house for a sweet tea touchdown.
And I see no flags on the field.
There is not a single piece of laundry down, and that's going to be read beautifully, Clay, by Jordan Wright. Just grabbed it out of the midair, and he said, "See ya."
Well,
felt like he saw that the whole way, boys.
Yeah.
I mean, just no chance.
turnover is fair play. That's how they got the ball, a pickoff in a long return, and we return the favor there on 4th down.
Clay, I think you're right. Sometimes when he has it read, and he had it read beautifully.
I was worried when he was down on the field a few plays ago, but it looks like he's going to be okay, boys.
Yeah,
I think he's going to be all right.
It's Jackson back in to do
Jackson back in to do the honors.
Yeah.
Jackson Summey back in to put the boot to it, make it a 21 ball game. Little bit of a low snap. But Summey's going to get it up and good. That's going to be a baked apple pie. PAT for your Land Sharks, making it 21-0 here with 3:46 left in the first half.
It's been a little herky-jerky, but 21-0's where you want to be.
21-0's a good place to be.
Really solid game from our defense tonight so far, boys. I mean,
Yes.
we've given up a couple plays, but on the most part, really clean game. You know, they're making tackles, not a whole lot of busted coverage plays, and putting a lot of pressure on the quarterback.
It's been, that's kind of been the tail of the tape this year, Clay, for our defense in general. They've been lights out. Couple of mistakes here and there, couple of untimely, foolish penalties, but for the most part, defense has carried this team a long, long way.
Got a few scores here. Pinewood Prep up 21-7 over Hilton Head Christian Academy. White Knoll is at Fort Dorchester. White Knoll up 20-0. Somerville at home versus Goose Creek. Somerville's got the 28-0 lead. Bishop England fought to 4-0 start. They are 28-6 over Woodland over on Daniel Island.
Our old friend Quinn Mahoney, his brother Knox there with him.
Yeah, they're starting out great this year.
Nice to see Quinn take that team and help recover the program. Bishop England was a powerhouse in the area for a long, long time, and it's nice to see them coming back.
There you go,
this ball's
boys.
going to be kicked deep, and that's going to be right into the Citadel Blue.
Put that one on the tape.
Yep,
Put that
nice
one on the
kick.
tape.
Nice kick there.
So that'll be a touchback for the Armada here. Jackson Summey just putting the boot to it. You're right, Clay. That's going to end up on this week's highlight reel.
Berkeley up 34-0 at St. James. Myrtle Beach up 14-7 hosting Cane Bay. That's just about it for anything that is around the area here. A lot of scores not updated. I'm guessing it's possibly because some of the weather that's out there, but not sure.
And it's also lightning here when we first got here, so I imagine there might have been a little bit of delay in some places.
Yep.
Defense back to work. Ball on the 20. A little bit of pitch to the outside.
Nothing there.
That's going to be a big grab by Joey Harriet. Jordan Wright with the shoulder to come clean it up.
Jordan Wright did a great job containing, and Wright cleaned it up in that backfield. They're really playing downhill right now.
ACA's had a really difficult time running the ball. It doesn't matter if they go up the middle, try to push to the edges. We've had an answer for them. The only little bit of success they've had, as we talked about before, is in the flat. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to that here.
We know Coach Rivens. He's a game manager. Always has been.
Yeah.
So we know that he's got some things up his sleeve that he can go and pull out and make our defense actually do some work here to show that we can put yards on you too. Ball up the middle.
That was that same run play they ran down here with some success. And
Carry back number 10 for Reed.
Yep.
Mike Jones had it. Jackson Bean came and cleaned it up.
We got Titus Gilliam and Cole Gaspar as our safeties right now, so Strickler is still out.
Have not seen him on the sideline, which is not something you want to find out.
Good to see the boot off of James O'Connor. I see him on the sideline.
Yep.
Hopefully that means he's closer to a return here. With the way Zakai and JoJo have been playing, if we could have a three-headed monster between our running backs if he gets back.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt, because we know that O'Connor, you give him the ball, he's going to get you 10 or 12 yards out of it, just out of strength.
And he surprisingly has some good hands for a big guy coming out of the backfield. Again, they snap it.
Once again, ball snapped into the motion man.
Yeah, oh my goodness. That is something that I'm sure Coach Rivens is going to pull the hair that's left on his head out about.
it's a real punch in the gut for their offense. You know, you're having a hard enough time moving the ball, then to come out here and make a mistake like that, it's just giving it to us on a platter.
That was number 7, Samaj Wilson, in motion. Ball right in his gut. You have to wonder, though, if that's, you know, sometimes in little football you see that as a design play.
Yeah, I mean.
I don't think it was, but you never know.
I mean, the timing you'd have to have on that to perfectly snap it to a guy coming across would be amazing.
But if it works.
Yeah,
if it works.
it works.
If it works.
That you're saying there's a chance.
This ball is going to be short. It's going to roll out at about the 34-yard line.
So we got all 3 of our timeouts, 1:20 on the clock. We're up 21-0. It's not imperative that we score here, but
You're going to see one be punched in. They're going to want to punch one in going in.
You're going to want to punch one in, but you're also going to want to practice these situations.
Yes.
You don't get them all the time. It could come into a big play later in the year.
In particular, you run into a Dillon, you run into a Loris, you run into an Ainer. That is going to be working. MVP and BHP again. Go your big teams. And that's going to be Sakai on the outside, sliding through the middle and get it.
You give him a first down.
Let's see where he's marking it.
Marking them short, so they're going to call their first timeout here.
And Coach from Prague going to call a timeout. They're going to mark that ball about a yard short. Got to be where his knee looked like he went down and over.
Yeah, I think his knee did go down pretty early, and then he sort of sprung forward off of him. But
Muncie continues to impress getting through the line like that. I mean, just the speed as well. It's not like he's kind of poking and picking through the line. He's hitting the holes hard.
Yes.
Yeah, on those jets, he's kind of responsible for outrunning the end man on the line, and he did that for sure. And we've talked about it this first couple weeks. He doesn't dance when he sees a hole.
No, he just goes.
Puts his foot in the ground, picks the hole, and goes right through it.
Which is interesting, Mark, if you remember last year, a wholly different runner.
He was, absolutely.
Wholly different runner. He would try to run away from contact to get the outside.
Yep.
Now he's putting his nose in and going.
You could see how fast he was when he got the ball, but then he would slow down when he got to a hole. This year's the
opposite.
Yep.
Complete opposite. So Monavian trying to go back to the air. We've got Anthony Williams on the outside, and he's going to go walking in for a sweet tea touchdown.
Well-placed ball there by Monavian.
Well-placed ball, outside shoulder throw.
That poor corner is one-on-one against him, no help.
No, it's hard to take Anthony Williams one-on-one.
Not not an easy assignment for him.
So I was saying before, you got to pick your poison. You know, you've got to decide whether you're going to stop the run or whether you're going to double cover the two guys on the edges, and you just can't do all three at the same time.
Especially when you got the run game working too.
Right.
On comes Noah Thrift to put the boot to it. Still doing the rotation of the kickers. Little high, ball up, ball good, 28-0. Baked, oh no, excuse me. They're saying it was wide. Wow.
Yeah, point is no good with 1:03 left in the second quarter.
A little bit early on the call there.
Hard to see. Hard to see from our angle, but we'll say still 27-0 here.
27-0 ball game. 1:03 left here in the first half.
So as we head to halftime here, we'll remind you that we will be coming your way again next week. JV game on Thursday at Hanahan, and varsity game next Friday right back here at the Citadel on Friday.
Homecoming week here coming up for us. I know several boys are planning on coming back. I know that, so we'll see another. There's a lot of stuff planned during the week. I know they've got some things to plan for game day to do some alumni recognition. They were trying to figure out whether they do it by the individual or by the class. So we'll see what ends up shaking out.
And if you can, come on down to the stadium. It's beautiful here.
Noah Thrift with the put. What a good boot by Noah Thrift. That ball's going to go rolling into the end zone for a touchback. Great kick by Noah Thrift.
That's great. I mean, amazing to have two weapons with their feet like they do now.
And we have a third incoming next year.
Yeah.
Some kid named Gilchrist.
Very nice.
Mama Gilchrist, I don't know if she's listening or not, but
sure they are.
Bringing another Gilchrist in.
Yeah.
With the heck of a boot. But I'm going to tell you what, I've also watched some of his C-team film.
Mm-hmm.
He's got good hands, and he's just like his brother, willing to stick his nose in and put some big shots on.
Yeah, Kale was a monster last year. He was one of those three senior linebackers we talked about earlier.
Oh, yeah. Nice to have the Gilchrist family back into Land Shark Nation here, but they never really left.
Yeah, another one of those guys.
Little inside handoff. Jackson Bean with the take, heading for a stop, heading for a loss. That's going to be about 2 yards. If I know him, he's going to want to put that on his reel.
Looks like Armada are content to take us to halftime here without a hurry-up offense.
Mama Gilchrist just sent me a text like Connell coming in hot. He's down there on the sideline somewhere, I think, helping our ball boys out tonight. Little handoff inside. Going to be stood up right at the line of scrimmage, going to get about a yard in it, and that should take us to the half. We'll see what happens here.
Yep, they're walking off.
They're walking off, so that's going to take us to the half. Your Land Sharks up 27-0 here from Johnson-Haga Stadium in downtown. Gentlemen, we got to play a little bit cleaner second half, put some big numbers up. Key now is prep for the next 4 weeks and then start prepping for playoffs to make another run.
Yeah, these first 4, the gauntlet we just went through, this game, they're all great, but the real season starts next week.
Real season starts next week.
You got to win your region, and you got to go through the playoffs and hopefully get to a third state championship.
And we've been a little bit messy tonight, but you got to love the momentum we have coming in to play in region play. I mean, again, the gauntlet we just went through, to come out with at least one win there. Looking like we're putting it together tonight, finally, after a rough kind of start. A lot of momentum.
A lot of momentum. We're going to take a breather here. Got about 9 minutes. We'll see you coming back in the second half. And we are back coming out of the half. Jackson and Summey coming on to kick the ball away. I don't know if Jack can get a quick shot of our intrepid chain guys there. We have one of the best chain crews in the state. All uniform, all looking good for sure.
Best looking crew for sure.
Best looking crew for sure. I did that for a long time in my first few years here.
Oh yeah. Back to our Wando days, we were on the chains.
Oh yeah. Back in the old C-team days. Ball took a hop there. Jackson kicking the ball down to about the 7. It took a interesting bounce up to the 8th and then rolled out.
Yeah, looks like they're going to get the ball at is it the 35 or 40 in high school? Can't remember.
I think it's the 35
I think you're
in
right.
high school.
Yep, they're putting it right there.
Yep. Ball dead smack dab in the middle. Chain crew tonight is Rod Castello, Mr. Crady, Craig Strickler, and Brendan O'Connor are tapping the same crew that was here for Dutch Fork. I told them, hey guys, I'm superstitious, so guess what? You're doing it the rest of the year.
Yeah, I think so. That's a good idea.
They're like, we're in. What's fun is doing that when it's, like 30 degrees and raining. Remember the first playoff game that I did, it was 30 degrees and raining, and I was frozen.
Dude.
And that's a big stop at the line by Joey.
Carried by number 10.
Nope, that's Reese. Reese Meredith. Joey football there. Joey Harriet there on the bottom of the pile, bringing it down. Reese Meredith cleaning it up.
Sometimes I'll take that cold and rain over the 100 degrees, though.
Oh, you are not wrong. Think about the Loris game. It was, 28 degrees, and I'd take that over the heat.
The Loris game, we were frozen on top of the press box there.
Listen, sign me up for the press box any day. Okay? Yep. It's quite nice up here.
If it rains, we're covered.
The rains are covered. Defense back to work here. We're going, Marta going under center. Haven't seen many teams go under center this year. Little fake pitch, handoff inside. Jackson Bean with the big stop.
Yeah, Bean and
Sawyer coming to clean it up.
Yeah, Bean got the top half of him. Sawyer got the bottom half of him, and he was going nowhere.
Our guys are just winning the battle in the trenches. Their offensive line is just not getting a very good push. We're in the backfield off the snap on almost every play.
Yeah.
Clay, I think that was the one play that they did have success on last
That
half.
little quick in hand.
Yep, and not this time, though.
Our front line said, nope, I see the ball. It's not going anywhere, and you're handing it off, so I know what's coming. And you know what that shark jaws means, Land Shark Nation. We're sitting on 3rd down here, and they are sitting at 10.
3, 2, 1 on the play clock. Oh, they just got it off. Oh,
get up! There it is! A big sack by Joey Harriet.
Woo!
We're going to call that the Beacon saving sack.
I love it. That play was designed, I think, to just be a nice, quick, flat pass, but it was covered. And by the time that, I don't think he had any other options because it was supposed to just be a dump off in the flat.
And there was nobody there, and the Land Sharks with the State Farm 3rd down stop. I'm on a roll.
You got it all.
I'm getting back to it. I'm getting warmed up.
Who we got back here?
Armada also deep in that Banks Construction hole at about 4th and 20.
Looks like Terrence Johnson's back to return a punt for the first time in a few weeks.
T. Johnson back there. Yeah. See Cole Gaspar here on the side.
While we got a second here, I want to say thank you to our exclusive premier sponsor, McDonald's, and to our corporate sponsors, Banks Construction, Beacon Bank, Charleston International Airport, and Billy Swales State Farm. So was that the Armada taking a timeout there, or was that us?
That was the Armada taking the timeout.
Terrence Johnson's going to set up about his own 45-yard line here. I really hope they kick it to him. I would
Please do.
think that he would have a very good chance of a good return here.
I've got to imagine the punter has been told very specifically not to kick it
away.
That may be the reason for the timeout. Oh, high kick.
High kick.
Short.
I hear him hollering, Peter.
Get away. It might have hit us.
Hit it.
If it did, it's because their kid slung him into us.
Yeah,
and they're going to say
he was blocked into that ball.
He was blocked into the ball.
Yeah, but still.
That's what they're trying to argue.
Yeah, but it will be their ball. That's tough. He was engaged, but just happened to run into him.
Touched by the land shark, recovered by Atlantic Collegiate. First and 10, Atlantic at the 49.
He was blocked into it, but, same time, you got to have some awareness and get out of there.
Yeah,
you're absolutely right.
Sure, most of the teammates were yelling Peter to get away from it, but
that's what Coach Pratt is trying to say, that he drug him into it.
yeah, I mean, if anything, it'd be a holding.
Official timeout.
I like the discussion there, but I would be shocked if they would change it after they've already pointed it in their direction and everyone's out there ready to play.
I would be too.
Looks like they're coming over to give Coach LaPrade the final decision. Coach LaPrade not happy with the decision, but hopefully it won't come back to bite us here.
Yeah, I don't see him changing it here.
Nice little breeze coming through late night.
So defense back to work here. Ball on the 49-yard line. So once again, Mark getting close to being back into Land Shark territory.
Tight formation here.
Broderick Evans back under center, going with the quick handoff to his fullback.
Number 7, Wilson.
That's Samaj Wilson again. He's had actually a really good game. He's played both sides of the ball really well.
Yeah, they seem to have a pretty good amount of two-way players. For us, it's typically just Mike Jones and Bronco. We'll get him sometimes on defense. I think he's there right now. Is that right?
Nope.
No,
Yeah,
just
don't
Mike.
see a lot of guys there on the sideline.
Yeah, they do have a pretty light roster.
Back into an I formation.
Rowe looking to blitz.
Hand off to a tailback. Got a lead block. And he is taken down hard at the line of scrimmage. I do believe that was Sawyer Arnold with the big tackle. Nope, that was Cole Gaspar with the big hit.
Yeah, coming up from his
yeah,
safety position to make a tackle at the line of scrimmage. That's pretty impressive.
So this is going to make it 3rd down and about 4. Ball on the Oceanside 47. We've seen them in an I formation here this entire drive. I don't think I've seen an I formation in high school football in a long time.
Last time we pushed them into a real passing situation, we got a pick 6.
I do believe they jump.
Flag on the play.
Yep.
False start on the offense, 5-yard penalty, repeat 3rd down.
We're going to see the Amada back themselves up into that Banks Construction hole there, getting 5 back into it. So it's going to make it 3rd and long. 3rd and outside the sticks. Okay. So 3rd and 11 for the Armada. Ball on the 48.
Jordan right here at the near corner playing real press. Against Brendan Moore, I think he was out there. I think that's one coming out there again.
Back to somewhat of a modified wishbone. Looking for a quick pass outside. And that's going to be big, Mike Jones, for a beacon-saving sack.
Snack wrap sack.
Brought down at the 44-yard line. 4th down.
Yeah,
And that's going to be a big State Farm 3rd down stop by your Land Sharks.
Yeah. I don't know what that quarterback was doing there, to be honest.
There must have been some confusion on the play. It looked like at first he was looking out to the flat, turned around, then to hand it off or something. And by the time he got there, Mike Jones was
I think he just wanted someone else to have the ball.
Couldn't you blame him?
Yeah, I don't blame him with Mike Jones breathing down your neck.
When you got big 6'4", 265-pound Mike Jones, Wofford commit coming at you.
Punter's getting a lot of work tonight.
So Cole Gaspar grabbing it and falling down on it at about the 29-yard line. I guess he thought it was going to take a funny hop on it.
Land Sharks take over 1st and 10.
So your Land Sharks going to take back over here 1st and 10. This is really our first possession of this half, and we're almost halfway through the third quarter.
Yeah. A team that doesn't rush their plays, and they got kind of basically 2 offensive series in a row with the turnover on the punt. Quick thank you to our platinum sponsors, KTM Electric and Rusty Bull Brewing Company, as well as our tailgate sponsor, Sandra Patrick Bradley O'Mara Real Estate.
Monavian back to flight school, out to Ethan Renew. He's going to have his head of steam, and he's going to get over for a fillet of fish.
First down.
Number 3, Ethan Renew.
Love that route. Fake the inside, then head on to the outside. Call that a whip route.
First down.
Flip your hips, get out there, and beat the one-on-one coverage.
Nice to see Ethan Renew get some playing time. He's had some health issues thus far this season, unfortunately. Mom and Dad do a great job helping us out with game day setup and breakdown. Definitely appreciate it. Monavian with the quick. Nowhere to throw. He's telling everybody to get away.
Throw it away. There you go. Good. Better late decision than no decision there. You got rid of it and lived to be 2nd and 10 instead of 2nd and 20.
So Clay, the Armada secondary doing a good job keeping our receivers covered and not giving them anywhere to throw.
They weren't letting them get behind us. You know, that's probably what they've been told at this point is let's keep everybody in front of us. No more long plays. And that's what you saw there.
Yep. So Juju back in the backfield with Monavian. Looks like Terrence Johnson and Titus sending Renew in motion. Little jet sweep inside. And he's got a bit of a hole. Still on his feet, and he's going to get over for a fillet of fish.
First down.
I think that's the play that ACA's been trying to run all night.
Possibly. Yeah, you're right.
It looked very similar, but I think we got the timing right.
Looked very similar. So Muncie back in, Zakai back in the backfield. Looks like we're trying to figure out what we're doing here.
Handing it off, I guess.
Ooh. And that's going to be a big jump. That's going to be a French fry free 5 for your Land Sharks. Hadn't pulled that one out yet this year.
No.
You got to love, who's that with the flop there on the line? Was that Lemarion?
That was Crady. That was Luke Crady.
That was JB that took the role.
JB or Luke? One of the twins?
One of the twins.
Send him to Hollywood after that flop.
Muncie going in. Little quick swing out to Muncie. He's still on his feet. He's got a little bit of a green. He's going to get pushed out at about the 21-yard line, and that's going to be another fillet of fish.
First down. 24, Solomon freshly read that well, came out and covered him, but he just got outran by Zakai.
He just got outran by Zakai. Able to get a hand on him enough to push him out because otherwise he had a lot of green in front of him.
Yeah. Kind of an underrated portion of that is the throw was perfect. He caught it in stride, didn't have to slow down at all.
Monavian swinging out to Titus Gilliam. Trying to get the little fake, get to the outside. And we've got a flag here on the near side. I'm going to take a guess that this is probably going to be illegal man downfield. And I have to apologize to the coaches. I didn't hit the record button. Doing 2 jobs.
I think it's going to be a hold because that ball was behind the line of scrimmage. So I don't think you'd have it
really good blocking.
Eligible.
Yeah. Really good blocking in the slot out there by Cole Gaspar.
Very good blocking by Cole Gaspar. Either way, it's coming back. It'll be a spot foul from where it is. So if it's holding, it'll be 10. Yep. I do believe you're right, Mark. Yep, there it is.
Yeah, still
There's
be first down, though.
So first down and long for your Land Sharks, still deep in Armada territory.
Is that Terrence one-on-one at the top of the screen there?
That is Terrence one-on-one. No, that's Anthony one-on-one, I think.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I believe Terrence is down here. Ball out to Juju. Juju still on his feet. He's going to bowling ball down to about the 1-yard line for a fillet of fish.
First down.
What a great job by Juju to get the ball with the head and once again get behind his pads.
Yeah, great job. All of our running backs are great out of the backfield catching the ball.
So that's going to be first and goal from the 2.
And he got straight to full speed as soon as he caught that ball. Turned it upfield and
Did not wait.
Made some really good adjustment at the half. This offensive game plan looks completely different coming out of the second half.
You are absolutely correct, Clay. This is a whole different ball game. Juju over it. Nope, he's going to be stopped at about the 6-inch line. So it'll be 2nd and goal. They're going to mark it probably at the 1.
Kind of surprised here. Maybe he's just trying something else. He's gone to the Wildcat a lot in these situations in the first 5 games, but today he's keeping the normal offense out there.
Now, if you think about it, typically Wildcat, we've seen Mike Strickler, who we've not seen
That's
this half.
true. Yeah.
Or Terrence Johnson.
Yeah. With Strickler out, you're right. That's probably one of the big reasons why he doesn't put the Wildcat in there.
And here's the other thing. Who do we not see on the field? We don't see Terrence Johnson on the field. That's going to be Juju. Is he going to get over? They're going to say he got over, so that's going to be a sweet tea.
Touchdown!
Great job by Juju to get behind his pads and continue behind his blockers.
Yeah.
I do believe I saw his hand go on one of the guards' back and just say, go.
Coach thinking about going for 2 here? No, I guess he's saying just kick it. Looks like it'll be Jackson Summy. So 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Oceanside looking to tack on their 34th point of the night. And Atlantic has barely got into Oceanside territory all night. Pretty dominant display so far today.
Jackson Summy on to put the boot to it. Make it a 34-point ball game. Summy almost got blocked, but that ball's going to be up and good for a baked apple pie. PAT, making it 34-0. Your Land Sharks with 4 minutes left here in the third quarter. Clay, you're right. Different offense. Whole different offense.
Completely different. Getting the ball out in space, 5 wide. Any of the running back opportunities we had, it's out in the flat. And so just a completely different offense that we saw in the first quarter, and obviously it worked. First half, and obviously it worked.
And this time we were able to overcome that holding call.
Yep.
In the first half, those calls kind of derailed us, but this time we were able to overcome it. I want to say thank you to our silver sponsors, not just Frank's Cafe, Raising Cane's, Angela Holbert State Farm, Jamie Pike with Valet Cleaning, and Longshore Boats. And to our Clean the Shark sponsor, Cintas.
Tell you what, guys, it's nice out here tonight. It was not this way last night in the JV game up in Manning.
Oh yeah,
it was
little
warm.
toasty.
The sediferous glands were working overtime last night.
There's the teacher word for the day right there.
That's right.
Sediferous. I do believe that's Noah Thrift on to put it. Ball down to about the 5. He's got nowhere to go. Host of Land Sharks there, but he is still on his feet and chopping. Great job after contact, getting another 2 or 3 out of it.
Yeah, stayed in our lanes, but maybe not broke down as well as we could have there to kind of squeeze through a couple tacklers, but only got a few extra yards out of it.
They say he might have lost his shoe. That was number 10. That's Quaverine. So on's going to come your Land Sharks to see a lot of substitutions here, so I think we're going to start seeing second teams.
12-yard line, 1st and 10.
I do believe we got Jaden Gates here on the near. Grant Castello on defense. Don't typically see him on that side. Will Hunt. And I can't see who's on the far end.
Good
Quick
job.
handoff up the middle. Great job by that secondary to shut it down. He's only going to get about 7 or 8 out of it.
Good
Cole
job by
Gaspar coming in and close it off.
Good job by the coaches getting some players some playing time there.
Love to see these young guys get a shot here.
Yeah. Great opportunity to get some time, get some experience in. That way you know what you can, in case you have somebody go down, you know what you can bring in.
Yep.
Head of steam up the middle, and that's going to be a big-time stop by the Land Sharks, so he's going to get about a yard or 2 but that could have been more. The hole closed on him, Clay, pretty quick.
Yeah, he got through the first line of defense, but the linebackers out there really shut that down as soon as he got through. Armada huddling up here.
You know what that sound means. Third down and short for the Armada. Back to that stacked eye. He's got a full head of steam, and he is going to be stuck right at the line.
Yep, they brought all 3 linebackers on that play.
He's going to be about a yard loss.
Yeah,
Mark.
4th and 2.
So that's going to be a State Farm third down stop for your Land Sharks. Making it 4th and 2, and Hong's going to come the punt team.
Yep.
Good job by our secondary cornerbacks. Cornerbacks keeping the receivers in tight coverage. It's freeing up our linebackers to rush in like that. It's impressive coverage, impressive work out there on the outside.
Terrence Johnson back is standing at on the Citadel logo at midfield. He's got to come up a few yards to catch. Oh, this is a good punt.
That's a good punt. Good spiral punt away from Terrence Johnson. It's going to go out at about the 40, call it the 47, 48. Yep, 47. Hey, I'm dead on. My eyes are working.
Play roulette here.
This punter's going on about 250, 300 yards of punt distance here, total punt distance.
You are not wrong there, Clay. Of course, you know it's funny. When I was in high school, I punted punting. I lettered punting. That's how bad we were.
I didn't know you could do that.
I lettered punting. Now, ironically, our starting quarterback went to North Carolina as an outside linebacker, went to the NFL as an outside linebacker. And he was our starting quarterback. Played 1 game of defense and bested every single season record in a game.
Is that Lawton in there now again?
Lawton Nelson in there, so you got our seconds in there, handing off. Balls to Sakai Muncie. Going outside. Got a step. Muncie's got a step. And he is long going, walking into the house for a Sweet Tea touchdown.
Wow, he just turned on the jets as he came around the corner here and outran everybody.
Yes, he did not. I don't think their outside secondary expected him to turn the jets on, Clay, that fast.
I got to be honest, I wasn't expecting that gear that we saw once he turned that corner. He went through those defenders really, really quickly and just took off.
Broke 1 arm tackle and then he was gone.
So that'll make it 40-0. That should also make it a running clock. So new kicker in here. This is number 30, Logan Salvetti. That ball is going to be missed.
Oh, thought it was in.
Short and wide left. So that'll make it 40-0. Your Land Sharks, 1:31 left here in the third quarter.
So, as we said, we finished up our non-region play today. So next week we start at home versus Hanahan. Week after that we'll be at North Charleston. And we'll be back here to play Battery Creek. And then the second to last week of the regular season we have our bye. And then we finish the regular season at home versus Orangeburg-Wilkinson.
We'll be at Orangeburg this year.
At Orangeburg this year, you're right.
Well, here's the thing, Mark. Orangeburg is looking very, very tough. They've got some kids. They got a 4-star linebacker that is really, really showing out.
Yeah, I'm interested to see them. They seem like they were the team that kind of hung with us for a little bit last year, but we ended up putting the pedal to all the teams in our region, basically.
It'll be interesting what they come out with, because they're not Orangeburg isn't known to be a hotbed of football.
Yeah.
But they have a couple of teams there that have guys that have been able to play, and with the new transfer rule, it's interesting to see if they had some talent come in. Jackson Summion to put the boot to it. This ball is going to be deep downtown, and they're going to be okay with just letting that go into the end zone for a touchback.
Yeah, so this year for the playoffs, the way the lower state is set up, the winner of we're Region 6. The winner of that gets home field advantage to the entire lower state. So last year, even though we won our region, we had to go on the road for the lower state championship up at Loris. Next week, both Loris and Dillon are off before they start their regional play next week, and they start off against each other.
Oh, wow.
So that could be a preview of the lower, of possibly us versus whoever wins that game.
In Lower State.
Yeah.
We know that Dillon came in here last year and were a very, very tough ball club.
They had the toughest, that was our toughest playoff game of the year, was a Dillon.
Flag down against the Armada. You know, thinking about that, I've talked about this with both of my boys. We went back and watched some of that film. You remember the play down at the end there. They were within 3 yards of winning that ball game.
Yeah.
And they sent their runner who beat us outside all year up the middle of the power, and we shut him down.
Yep. That was the only real threat we had throughout the playoffs.
Dillon, a very tough team. Marlboro County this year, a very tough team.
Yeah.
You know, so there's some challenges that we're going to see, particularly as we get through playoffs.
Yeah, I think Marlboro was the one who got kicked out of the playoffs last year, right?
Yep. Had a bunch of guys who were all out of district. There were guys that had come in from out of state.
Yeah. Be interesting to see, like with the new rules, that probably wouldn't have been illegal this year.
Number 7, Wilson with the carry.
So this is going to be 2nd and 11. Ball's going to be on the 19-yard line. Defense once again doing what our defense does, and that's making stops.
Number 43, Jaden Gates. Happy birthday.
Armada back to a shotgun formation, single back. They've been going under center, running that modified wishbone or stacked eye, and it had some success.
Ooh.
Incomplete to number 1 running.
Titus
Gilliam.
Gilliam. Yeah. It's like he had visions of a pick 6 there, just not quite able to get there in time.
So that'll make it 3rd and outside the sticks. Clay, it'll be interesting to see if Coach Rivens goes back to that I formation. He was cutting some yards there to start with.
He was, but it's not really worked since. And you know, you got to think he's gonna switch it up here a little bit. But more than that, they got to clean it up.
Yeah.
It's been pretty messy for ACA, unfortunately. Nobody likes to see that. We want to see a good game. Hopefully they can get that cleaned up and come out with something different here.
So back under center, single back. A little bit of inside handoff. He's going to get about, we'll call it 5.
That's that big number 7, Samaj Wilson again.
Big number 7. We've watched that kid do a lot with his run. He's got some power in the legs.
Looks like Coach Rivens is going to leave his offense out there on 4th and 6. He can run out the clock here if he wants to, but we'll see.
I think he's going to be content with, he's going to be content with letting it run out.
Yeah, about 3-4 seconds difference in the play clock and the game clock here.
Kudos to our secondary again. I mean, they've shut down the pass on the most part tonight. We're forcing the run. I think that's why we're seeing a lot of under center I formation type plays. They just can't get anything going downfield.
Yeah, if you can stay away from the big plays, those big boys in the middle will take care of the rest.
Well, that'll take us to the final phase of this ball game. Your Land Sharks up 40-0 here as we go into the 4th quarter and switch end zones here once again.
And how about this backup defensive line? I think we got Wes Knight, Jaden Gates, Will Zorn. These guys are putting in work.
Nice to see, like you said, Clay. Nice to see these guys get some time. That way they're prepared as we get down the road.
Couple score updates. Pinewood Prep up 49-21 over Hilton Head Christian Academy. The 2nd. 3rd quarter, White Knoll 26-0 at Fort Dorchester. Somerville extended their lead to 48-0 at home versus Goose Creek in the 4th. Bishop England 35-6 at halftime over on Daniel Island. Carver's Bay 32, Green Sea Floyd's 8. It says it's the 1st quarter, so that's a lot of scoring for the 1st quarter. Holly Hill Academy 26, Cathedral Academy 6 and 3rd. Berkeley 47-0 over St. James. Myrtle Beach 21-14 Cane Bay. That's a tight game at least. But one of the only ones of the day. All the rest of them seem like they're pretty much blowouts.
So your Land Sharks with the State Farm 3rd down stop as we come here into the start of the 4th quarter. Coach Rivens did bring his punt team on. He's punter standing back on his, let's call it his 13, counting his guys to make sure he's got 11.
I'm a little surprised at this point. They're not just trying to go for this. 6 yards. Maybe you can get creative. You know, you're down 40 beginning of the fourth quarter. Sure, you're backed up in your own, toward your own end zone, but surprising.
Our region mates, Battery Creek, are up 20-6 on Whale Branch.
That ball almost blocked.
Yeah. Looks like
We
they're
definitely got the punter. I don't know what they're going to call. They were going for the ball, but a whole lot of contact back there, and he's still down.
I'm guessing that will not be the 5-yard variety.
Hope he's okay.
I hate to see him come
Personal
down.
foul,
They're going to say roughing the kicker.
Yeah.
So that'll be 15 for the Armada, but you're right. He is still down, and he does not look good.
Our old friends over at Gray Collegiate Academy are down 20-17, hosting North Augusta.
How about the FSU Virginia score? Can we get an update on that one?
Oh, yeah, let's take a look at that.
My neighbor, James Rivers, has been watching that one. It was 14-14 with about 2 minutes left in the first half.
Virginia is up
21
28-21.
Holy cow, really?
3.5 minutes left in the third.
Wow. Here, Jack say, them Knowles, man, them Knowles.
Well,
Anybody who's a Florida State fan, that's you were not expecting that.
That's the reason.
To your point, that Clay, Miami, Florida State back in prime time, you would have expected Florida State to have a little better game against Virginia.
Looking ahead.
yeah.
You're right, Jack. I think you're right. They overlooked them. And
If you're looking for someone to cheer for tomorrow, OCA grad Monroe Freeling with Georgia has one of the biggest games of the day. 7:30 p.m. on ABC.
Georgia, Alabama.
Georgia, Alabama. That is going to be a heck of a game. It's supposed to great games tomorrow in college football.
It's interesting. Kirby Smart's a smart coach. Not to use a little pun there, but if you notice, and you look at his schedule, every big game that he comes in, he has a bye week before.
Hey, planning.
There's something to be said about that. Give your guys a break going into the tough ones.
That's Anthony Helms, number 35, who's looks like he's okay. He's walking off the field. He's put in a lot of work in that punt position tonight.
He has put in a lot of work in that kicking position. Walking a little gingy, but walking off, which is always good to see him go off under his own feet.
Go back to FSU, Miami, 2 top 5 teams. I feel like I'm back in 2004 again.
Yeah.
Bringing back the early days.
We're 1988
88.
when I was in school.
Shh, don't say that.
Yeah.
The chop versus the U.
Yeah.
It's the chop versus the U. Defense back to work here. Armada with the ball on the 39-yard line, 1st and 10. Little quick out. Good throw by quarterback Broderick Evans to number 11, Nate Slocky. That's that quick flat route that you were talking about earlier.
Yep.
Coach Rivens getting back to it.
Good coverage there by Kalen Schaefer to come up on him quick, but he had a little bit of room. This is what I'm surprised that we haven't seen more of, is the little dink and dunks and kind of taking what we'll give them.
Yeah, I think with our backup, they may be play a little softer, a little looser here, which would open up those flats. But
back to the I formation under center. Hand off to the fullback. He's got a head of steam, and he's going to get over. I think that's only about the 2nd and 3rd first down we've seen the Armada get today. But once again, that stacked eye does a lot of work for you.
yeah. So we may have some backups in there, but that Samaj Wilson, number 7 on the Armada, he is not a backup. He is a full-fledged varsity player, and that's head of steam heading through the line there.
Good tackle there by Blanton Kessinger. I think he's playing backup.
Backup in linebacker?
Yeah, linebacker.
Hand off to Samaj. with the stretch. Ball's going to get down to about the 40-yard line.
Wilson carries him.
Will Zorn on the tackle.
Will Zorn.
Gain of 7.
Zorn on the tackle.
BHP, Belton Honeopath from our championship game last year. They're up 38-0 at Chapman.
Chapman or Chapin? Chapman?
Chapman.
Chapman. They're just going to ride Samaj here as they go down. Stop there at the line. He's going to keep his feet chopping and get about a yard past the sticks.
Bringing in.
Carry number 7, Wilson. Tackle by number 57, Will Hunt.
Will Hunt on the tackle. His dad up here running the scoreboard for us.
Ball spotted at 35.
Michael?
First and 10.
Armada just, excuse me, Armada running the dives. A little bit of sweep pitch here. That's going to be number 10, Quaverine on the pitch outside.
Number 21, Mari Coates.
Good sustained drive here for the Armada.
First and 10.
First time you've seen the Armada actually, threatening. I do believe you might see the first D come back in. I don't think Coach Pratt is going to want to give up a goose egg.
They're still in this I formation, but they've got some different play looks coming out now.
Stacked eye to Samaj. Great job by our second defense there to make a big stop. Hold him to about a yard or two.
Yeah, that time he's been going just kind of straight up the middle on those fullback handoffs, but that time they pushed him to the outside and he was able to get dragged down.
That was Blanton Kissinger again. Kessinger.
Kessinger with the stop. Gonna hold him to about a yard. Off's gonna go number 24, Solomon Freely. Nope, on's gonna come number 24, Solomon Freely. Looking to throw.
Oh.
I think he wants to have that one back.
Out to Samaj. He was out there in the flat all by himself. Clay looked like he tried to run before he had it.
He sure did. I think he might have heard some footsteps coming. We weren't too far away, but like I said, I think he'd like to have that one back for sure.
On comes 21, Kamari Coates.
Clayton Baugh also coming in there to the linebacker level.
We had Clayton join us on the call a few weeks ago.
Hey.
I think he's got some career potential.
Nice.
Yeah, they were saying he was talking to a prep school somewhere to get a shot to go play afterwards.
If football doesn't work out for him, we can replace Chris Fowler one day, possibly.
There you go. Ball off the hands of 24, Solomon Freely. This is we're probably going to be looking at 4-down territory here now, Clay. I think. Yeah, yep, there we go. Staying into it.
They've not really had many plays the entire night that yielded more than a couple yards. So really curious to see what they come out with here. Maybe a screen or
under center. He's looking to throw. Ball going deep.
Got him in.
And he got it on. Nope, they're going to say it was incomplete. Looked like he had it going down. That was the number 1, Brennan Moore. To me, it looked like he got it on the slide.
Yeah.
Side judge saw something different.
Close one. So OCA is going to take over at their 22 with 8:20 left in the game. Well, we got a second here. I want to say thank you to our exclusive premier sponsor, McDonald's, and to our corporate sponsors, Banks Construction, Beacon Bank, Charleston International Airport, and Billy Swale State Farm.
So big State Farm 4th down stop for your Land Sharks to turn the ball over. And on's going to come the offense.
Like a good neighbor, we have a tackle running in here. Oh, looks like he's going to play guard on the left side.
That's Will Hunt coming in. Lawton Nelson out there. Looks like he's looking to go to the air. Lawton Nelson going to flight school.
Oh,
Cole
Nice.
Gaspar did a great job going up to knock it
sure
down.
did.
Yeah,
Good
that was-
defense there by Cole.
Save his quarterback an interception there.
Yeah. That ball was definitely picked off. Cole going up to knock it down. First throw we've seen out of Lawton, and gentlemen, that was off about a 35-yard first throw.
Yeah, that was nice.
Solid arm.
Solid arm. He's also a heck of a baseball player, Clay. He was on the Wando JV team as a 7th grader.
I've heard, and you better watch out for our baseball team this year, both JV and varsity. A lot of talent coming in.
Nice.
Carried by number 31, Bottle. Brought down at the
Juju back behind his pads.
gain of 4. Third down.
Coach Britt Reams does a great job with that team, and he's built a program that is going to continue to pay off year over year over year.
Had a great year last year. Lost in the playoffs to a really good Spartanburg Christian team.
Hand off to Juju. Yeah, they had, 3 kids that are all throwing on in the 90s?
They had this one lefty that I'm not sure I've seen throw a better game in my lifetime. He was pretty unhittable. Coach Reams did a good job getting the guys ready, but man, there's just not a whole lot you can do.
No, you see a fireball, not much you can prepare for other than maybe stick him in and just say, you know what, set the machine at about 30 feet and, throw it at 80. On's going to come the kick team. Jackson Summey on to kick it away. 40-0 your Land Sharks. Clock's ticking. 7 minutes here left in this ball game. A little bit of a high snap. Summey with the run. This
Good
ball
kick.
should have a good run.
Run.
That
Nice.
ball's going to have a nice Land Shark run, and it's going to roll down to about the Armada 19. Good kick by Summey.
Wow.
To bury the Armada deep in their own territory.
I'm not sure if he intended that to be a rugby-style kick, but it worked out pretty well.
look,
I don't think he meant to.
It was rugby style for sure. Well, we got a second here. Our last thank you to our sponsors. Thank you to our platinum sponsors, KTM Electric and Rusty Bull Brewing Company. And to our Feed the Shark sponsors this week, Jersey Mike's and the Black and Blue Booster Club.
As we got the Matador music playing.
Good.
Great view from up here, by the way. Nice shot of the Ravenel Bridge.
Oh, yeah.
Looking over into Mount Pleasant, over the peninsula.
Short side. Nice.
Defense back on to work. Back to under center. Kind of offset eye. We've seen a bunch of pitches, and there's the pitch. Good block by Samaj.
Good block by Samaj. Jake Feinsing turned that play in, allowed his linebacker to come in there and clean up the play.
Only going to get about 3 out of it.
Nice job there by Jake Feinsing to absorb that hit and get back up really quickly to pursue the runner
smiling
again.
down on the camera.
Didn't allow that runner to get outside.
Turn it back into where you got a guy coming across to make a good open field tackle. Fake pitch.
Oh,
Helmet off, helmet off.
That's
Yeah,
dead
good.
ball.
That's a dead ball, helmet off.
Yeah, good job by that running back to just go down. He could get a penalty if he keeps playing with that off.
Marked up 24.
Helmet came off right at the line of scrimmage, so he's not going to get anything out of this. Now they're going to give him about a yard.
It's been a long time since I've seen something like that.
Yeah, a long time.
Okay, his head popped off there.
So 3rd down and 6 for the Armada, still deep in their own territory. And you know what that sound means. Quick throw out.
Wrapped
A
him
little bit
up.
of arm tackling. That's going to be out of number 11, Nate Slocky.
Number 11, Slocky. Number 14, Simon Skillian.
Shout out to Samaj on that last play. He was going to keep running.
Yes.
Had they not blown the whistle.
He
Reminds
says
me
my
of
helmet's not.
Jason Witten, I think, was the first player in the NFL to do the same thing. He kept running, and I think that's where we got the rule from.
Right.
I do believe so. I do believe so. You say Samaj out, give him a breather. Quick pitch out. Yep, they're going to call a hold, so that play's going to be coming back. Big number 71, Dalen O'Brien, had our guy buy the jersey. So that'll back him up 10 yards. Putting the Armada 10 yards back into that Banks Construction hole.
Reminder to tune in next week. Thursday's JV game, I believe, is at 6 o'clock. And the varsity game, as usual, will be here from the Citadel at 7:30. Homecoming week against Hanahan.
Against Hanahan. They're going to want to come in hungry. They, for the longest time, they considered a rivalry. And our boys last year came out and put it to them. So you got to imagine you're going to see a little bit different attitude when they step foot on the field next week. What a good throw. He had him in step. Just couldn't hang on to it. Number 1, Brennan Moore.
Yep, just a little low on that attempt there. Second and long here.
14, Broderick Evans. He had Moore in step. You're right, a little bit low, maybe just a little bit high.
Yeah.
Trying to get it out quick. Give him an opportunity to get it in stride. Quick sweep. Going to get him back between the sticks for third down and about 5. There's a big stop there by 21, Kamari Coxon.
Jaden Gates, number 43, on the tackle as well.
Coming in and cleaning it. Nice to see Jaden get some work in. In's going to come, my old buddy, number 63. Yep, that's Grayson Stutzman. Known him for a long, long time. Him and Jackson Bean have played together on a lot of different teams. Quick fake. He's trying to hit him out.
Oh,
that ball was almost picked off. Holy smokes. That was number 32. That's Caden Sanders. Almost had it picked off. Ball bounced right off his pads.
Hitch and go. Caden read that and came flying up from his safety position. Just had it bounce off his shoulder pads, it looked like, as he tried to make that catch.
So On's going to come to kickers. That's not another third down State Farm stop for your Land Sharks.
Caden's eyes were as big as saucers on that one.
Yes, he did. He saw ball and he saw
sure
end zone. So here's my shot.
Oh,
Terrence Johnson getting it, trying to get a spot. Running the wrong direction.
Yep.
Yep, there's the face mask.
Face mask with 3 flags, I think, thrown right in the middle there. So that'll push us almost out to midfield.
Well, guys, it's probably a little early for player of the game, but for ACA, I don't know if it's Samaj or their punter.
I think it's a toss-up. I think you're
their
right.
punter, they both put in a ton of work tonight.
Yeah,
Samaj has done a great job running. Their punter has kicked them out of a lot of situations.
Yeah, Samaj Wilson has been on both offense and defense making plays all night, too.
You have seen some guys that, you know, are kind of going to look like they're kind of the core of Coach Riven's program. And as he continues to build, he's going to be able to ride the shoulders and you know, kind of let them build it up with him.
Yeah, Samaj Wilson, he's just a junior, so he'll be back next year.
On's going to come your Land Shark offense here. 3:45 left in this ball game. Ball on the 44. Quick handoff to Miller Hutzler.
Number 23, Miller Hutzler.
He's going to stumble out to about the 47, so 3 out of it.
Game 4 on the play, 2nd and 6.
Got a man down.
Yep, ACA got a lineman down there.
A lot of their big boys, Clay, have gone both ways the entire night. So, kind of at this point, you start looking at wind.
They've got to be worn out at this point because they've been on the field all game long, like you said, buddy. It's been a tough game too.
They've had a grind, that's for sure. Let y'all listen to the sounds of the crowd here for a minute. It was loud just a second ago. We kind of got quiet. You can almost hear a pin drop. But you also got a player down, and you hate to see that.
28-28, Virginia now tied with FSU.
How much time left?
Early in the fourth. Just under 13 minutes left.
51, Christopher Heckle up and going off under his own power, which is a fantastic thing to see. Hate to see a young guy go down, but like to see him get up and jog it off.
I think, buddy, you hit the nail on the head. I think they're just so winded at this point that small injury, they take advantage of it, lay down, and who can blame them at this point?
No, not at all. Offense back to work. Ball on the 47-yard line, second down. Quick throw out. That's number 6, Cooper Webb, and he's still on his feet. And that's going to be a fillet of fish.
First down.
Pass complete to number 6, Cooper Webb.
Quick feet on Cooper Webb there. That's a great job.
That's good for a late
Picking his way through some
First down.
defenders, getting some extra yardage after that quick flat pass.
Mark, we haven't seen Cooper Webb a lot tonight. He was pretty integral in some of the first few games of the season.
Yeah.
Lawton Nelson on the call. Looking to go back to flight school.
Yeah, he's got
Nelson
deep.
looking to go to Dan Rella deep.
Oh,
Holy cow.
man, that looked like a perfect throw. Defender may have just got his hand in there at the last second.
Second down.
That was a great throw.
He made that throw from the 44, and he hit Dan Rella down on the 8. Right area. Dan looking over the wrong shoulder. We'll see if Nelson tries to go deep again. Yep, Nelson going back to flight school.
Nelson's pass complete to number 6, Cooper Webb.
Back to Cooper Webb. So Nelson now taking the page from Monavian's playbook, going to the Charleston International Airport flight school here with about 2 minutes left in this ball game.
He looks pretty good so far.
He does.
Getting the first really look at him this year.
Throwing it with a lot of confidence.
Yes, he is.
Absolutely good. You're looking at the future of the program. Him and Banks Luton going to be trading spit there to see who can take the job.
That's right.
Heck of a job there by the backup offensive line to not jump on a
5-yard penalty, repeat third down.
on a play they were trying to draw the defense, and it worked.
So great job by your line to get the French fry free 5, making it third down and about 2. Nelson trying to draw him off again.
Got press man down here again. Might as well give it a try.
Quick out
Short.
to number 13. That's Huddy Hill. And he's going to get over for a fillet of fish.
First down.
There's a flag on the play.
You got a flag down, so we'll see what the call is. This ball is going to be coming back, whatever it is.
Yeah, they're marking it off already, so must be against us.
Is it a hold?
They're taking 10, so my guess is probably a hold, Clay. I think you're right. Coming over to talk to Coach LaPrade.
It's 40-0. Not sure what the discussion is.
Block in the back. You call block in the back, so you're sitting third down.
Yeah, back to third and what about 8?
Third and 8. So Nelson with the swing pass out to Huddy Hill. He gets over, but we had a block in the back. And that's going to bring it back inside the sticks and bring it back to third down.
Looking deep again.
Nelson looking deep to Dan Rella. And Dan Rella is going to come down with it. See if they call it. It looked like it was a pass interference. I saw the flag. Make the call. Are they going to make the call? And
there it
is.
There we go.
Sweet tea. Touchdown. Great job by Dan Rella to go up and come down with that ball. Thrown very, very well by Lawton Nelson.
No.
On's going to come the kick team to put one more up here on the board. So out comes number 30, Logan Salvetti. Lawton Nelson down to hold. Ball on the ground. It's going to be up, and that's going to be good for a baked apple pie. PAT. That's going to make it 47-0. Your Land Sharks with a minute 17 left here in this ball game.
An embarrassment of riches of talent here at OCA.
"35-yard dime dropped off by our backup quarterback to a backup receiver. Amazing.
35-yard dime there by Lawton Nelson into the hands of Dan Rella in double coverage with the pass interference call still coming down with it to stick there on the navy blue.
Ball was placed in a great spot, and Rella went up and fought for it. Came down with it.
Great job by Dan Rella. He'd been playing defense all night. Flipped him over to the offensive side of the ball. Got him a pass. Get walking in for, I believe, that's his first touchdown of the season.
Is it too late to jinx it that we dodged the rain?
Yes.
Right.
You better start knocking.
So, yeah, they allow us to take that pass interference on the kickoff?
They took the pass interference on the kickoff, so this is going to put it on the Amata 45. Salvetti into kick. You can bet he's probably going to want to be putting this one into the end zone.
I think he's looking at the uprights, guys.
Yeah.
He says, look, Coach, I can put it through the uprights too.
Yeah, give me 3 points for a kick through.
I think the Armada are one short. I'm only counting 10, so is the ref.
Take away with time. They got the one guy right at the 30-yard line.
Right at the 30-yard line, just beside the end. Had a whistle blown right as he was kicking. Not sure what the call is. So we're going to have a re-kick.
Not before they make the ref chase the ball.
And my guess is they're going to put 4 seconds back on the clock. Nope, we got a flag back here. Now I know the whistle. Question is, what's the problem?
So all in all, you got to be happy with this. Heading into region play, nice dominant win over a team you're expected to win, and you get your backup some playing time. Anything, what happened 2 years ago when Reidenbach hurt in the
last region game of the season, going into playoffs.
Last regular season game, and then next thing you know, the story of Aiden Manavian begins.
Having played one JV game all season, comes into playoffs.
And broke his arm, I believe, on a tubing accident as a freshman.
Yeah.
And once he came back from that, able to take over after a few games sharing duties.
With Tanner Swisher.
Yep, Swisher.
Ball on the ground.
Oh, no.
So they're
was
going to call
worried
that
there.
ball dead.
He had a hole there.
Yes, he did.
So, but yeah, you never know when you're going to need the backups, and then we got a running clock here now since we're within over 42, I think, something like that. But
Yeah.
either way, we are running this out to end.
Running clock here, 50 seconds left in this ball game.
So yeah, I think we should be satisfied with a win here, and let's get ready for region play.
So, gentlemen, kind of looking ahead here to the next 5 weeks, one of them being a bye. Open up with Hanahan, move to North Charleston, move to Battery Creek, and then on to Orangeburg. Got to wonder, what's the conversation in prep?
Yeah, you're always preparing to win a championship, so you're keeping an eye out on who the good playoff teams are. So you want to, work on things that, maybe you don't have to worry about in a particular week against the team, but you want to work on them because they're going to come up at some point.
Yep. So prep, and that'll do it from the campus of the Citadel here in downtown Charleston. Your Land Sharks over our sister school, Atlantic Collegiate Armada, 47-0 here on a overcast, somewhat humid Friday night, just not as hot. So
Beautiful
night. Beautiful night for football. Well, gentlemen, like we said, we kind of know where we're looking at going into this, and we've got some work that we got to do to continue our dominance through the region. But the key here is to make sure we're prepping to get to where we need to be.
You got to love what you saw tonight. Past few weeks, but tonight especially. A little bit messy, but they got it together. Overcame a little bit of adversity. Both lines look fantastic. Offense, defense making holes. And it's proven itself in the run game. Defense, ACA couldn't catch a breath because of the pressure from the line tonight. So you got to love what you're seeing so far.
Yep, let's just go get a region championship. Might as well.
Walk in with another region championship, walk out heading back to the state playoffs for the fourth year in a row, try and walk out with the third. So, from Johnson Haygood Stadium for Jack Fines at Clay Luton, Mark Rokos, I'm Buddy Bean saying good night and go Land Sharks.